Alabama, Wisconsin, and we're going to show you a few plays here and why it's so difficult to defend Jalen Milroe and the Alabama Crimson Tide. And Kalen DeBoer doing a really good job, I think, of adapting, his coaching style from Michael Penix, a pure pocket passer a year ago, to now Jalen Milroe and building the offense around him. We have a 3-by-1 formation here by Alabama, and we're going to get a QB draw paired up with a pass option as well. So we're going to get a stick route here by number 3, a wide and fade by number 2, and then a hitch here by number 1. This tight end here at the top of the screen, he's going to pass it and then go and get this corner. The center, who is the free man at the line of scrimmage, he's going to go up and block this Mike. And then Jam Miller is going to follow the center's lead and then go and get this weak side linebacker right here. And you could see that just the execution by the offensive line is really well played. Great job pass setting. Everyone's going up the field. Jalen Milroe plants that last step in the drop and then gets vertical following his blocks. And you got to like this part right here too. Kendrick Law, number 1, adding a little attitude to the back end of this football play and finishing right there. So a good quarterback run for Jalen Milroe to start the game. And it gives them as well, if they were playing man coverage, the ability to throw that wide and fade versus one-on-one situations if there was a pressure look. Good job by Milroe protecting the football, getting a good positive play there to start the football game. So here we got a spread formation, 2-by-2. Love the splits here too, just stressing the defense as much as we can sideline to sideline. Almost reminds you a little bit of what Heupel does with Tennessee. And Alabama is going to send their tight end in motion here. He's going to go in motion, and they're just going to run like a simple read play with their quarterback and running back. They're going to be reading this defender here, this defensive end right here in this situation. If he goes down the line of scrimmage, Jalen Milroe is going to pull the football, and he's going to let the tight end be the lead blocker for him as these receivers block most dangerous man head up to them. And in this case, it's a form of single safety middle man coverage. And that way it's easy for these receivers to know the guys that they're blocking in this situation. Now, it started out as kind of like looking like it could be man, and as they went in motion, now we're getting a single safety middle zone look, so it's 3 deep, and now it's just 4 under, but they don't adjust to this motion very well. As he's going in motion right here, you can see this backer really isn't bumping out, and this guy right here really isn't doing a great job of being that outside defender here in this situation, and really good blocking again by Alabama. And you could see Alabama, even if they did that little read option where Milroe pulls it and then the tight end runs the flat, that would have been an explosive play for them too. So Alabama really just winning the numbers games right there, and just poor discipline by Wisconsin, again, giving up the edge easily to a quarterback that runs the ball so well. So here from the end zone view, you're going to see, we'll send the tight end in motion. And we see right away, too, let's back it up just a little bit. We see right away that 7 triggers. He goes right through, right? So here's the A gap. Here's the B gap, right? He triggers to the B gap, right? Now end is the C gap defender. And as soon as he kind of gets a little nosy and crashes down the line, that's where Jalen Milroe pulls the football and takes it outside for the run. And really in this situation, too, what you like to see, a lot of teams, what they try to do is they try to bend right down the line with the defensive end, right? He'll bend down the defensive line, and then 7 will scrape over the top to defend this quarterback run. But in this situation, giving up the edge a little too easily, and that allows them to get out in front and block for Jalen Milroe, who, again, just looks like a running back when he has the football in his hands, how confident he runs. So we've seen a few different formations. We've seen Alabama really spread the field sideline to sideline, making it very difficult for Wisconsin to defend them. And now they're going to attack them vertically with Ryan Williams, who is just a phenomenal football player at only the age of 17, which is, crazy to even say. But we have an empty formation, so 3 receivers here to the field, 2 to the boundary. We have single safety middle. It could be man, it could be zone. In this situation, it looks like it is some sort of man coverage. Everyone is stacked, looking at the guy directly in front of them. And Alabama matches this with a really simple concept for their quarterback to play fast. We're going to get a hitch on the outside. We're going to get a wide and fade. We're going to get a hitch, a wide and fade by Ryan Williams here. We're going to get a little cross-face slant by the inside receiver here in the empty to the field. Another wide and fade, and then another hitch here on the outside. And all Jalen Milroe has to do is just hold this middle safety in the middle of the field long enough to get the football up and down on the wide and fade in this high red zone area. Good drop right here by Jalen Milroe. He knows right away as soon as he gets this football where he's going with it. Good drop, pop, tight hitch. Good powerful throw, accurate right over the shoulder to Ryan Williams. Wisconsin trying their best to defend Milroe in the run and pass. So they're thinking, all right, let's get a 5-man rush up the field. Let's go one-on-one with their offensive line and see if we can cause some disruption like we saw from South Florida a week ago. And the offensive line does a really good job. Jalen Milroe sees that safety, quick release, gets the football out, and like he's done throughout his career, throws the football extremely well down the field to Ryan Williams for the touchdown. So this was a fun game plan specific play here for Alabama. We have a 3-by-1 formation, so 3 receivers here, tight end up here, and they are going to run a really cool concept, I think, that really attacks specifically what Wisconsin was doing defensively here. So to start pre-snap, we're kind of getting this middle field open look by Wisconsin. As the snap goes, they're actually going to roll to a form of cover 3 where this safety is going to roll down and rob. And then the corner here is kind of high pointing number 1 and number 2 here by the receivers. So he's trying to kind of play 2 and 1 if he gets some sort of 3 verticals running towards him. And Alabama is going to match this with a shallow cross by the tight end, a seam route by number 3. He's going to bend it across that middle safety, right, or between the 2 safeties here in the middle. Number 2 here is going to run a seam and bend it slightly in again to attract this corner here. And then Ryan Williams here again here on the bottom of the screen, he is going to run a hitch, hesitate, and then take off on the go route down the sideline. And this is a longer developing football play, and you need good protection, and that's exactly what the Alabama offensive line does. So we get some sort of roll here. The safety's going to that deep middle. You can see this corner right here. He's trying to play 2, right? He's trying to stay over 1 and number 2 in this situation. Flat defender is buzzing to the flat to take away that hitch. We got the hook defender. Here comes this safety as the robber, right, for that inside seam route. And for Jalen Milroe, the progression is real simple. It's just this delayed hitch, right, to the shallow cross, I think, is really his main read. Good protection. Pocket collapsing a little bit around Jalen Milroe, but really strong, aggressive throw down the sideline to this game plan specific play. And you'll see again, too, just how well he throws it from a collapsed pocket. 4-man rush, longer developing play, pocket collapses. 2 little tight resets. He knows where he's going the whole time when he sees that corner again, getting a little nosy and creeping in on that seam. And look at all that open space. Really good job of just putting it on the receiver right away, allowing him to catch and run. All right, so now in this look, again, Wisconsin, deep safety. Again, it looks like they're kind of rolling to some sort of single safety middle. They're going to rock and roll a little bit with their defensive look. When we get this motion across here, they're going to go across, and he's going to go to the safety position, and he's going to roll down, and they're going to play some sort of 3 deep again. And this is just to get, I think, all this activity back here by the secondary. Alabama is going to be aggressive here and run a 3-level vertical, again, that you've seen from a few different teams this year so far in our breakdowns. We're going to get a post corner. We're going to get a deep cross right here, in cut. And then this tight end over here, he's going to chip and then go into the flat. We're going to get a little play action pass by the back. He's going to go over here to the strong side. So the read for Jalen Milroe, number 1 to the post corner, number 2 to the deep cross, working into his vision. And then number 3 is right here, the chip flat by the tight end. So pure progression read, top down read, 3-level vertical. We see the rock and roll. Really good job by the receiver, just like attacking space right to that corner, really attacking his inside hip here and pressing him, making him turn and run as best as he can. Right, the more that he makes him turn and run, the harder it is for him to change direction as he puts his foot in the ground and starts to go into this back corner. Good cut. Good job getting the chin to the shoulder. Beautiful throw by Jalen Milroe to that back pylon area. And again, longer developing football play. You see all the communication by Wisconsin defensively. Little token fake in the back. 1, 2, 3, hitch, turn, and throw. And, man, look at the ball placement right there. Right, landmark right there for the receiver is that back pylon. That's where the receiver is. That's where the ball is. Really good-looking football play right there, too. And even, if we go back here a little bit, even let's say that Wisconsin covered this extremely well, you could see that, all right, potentially he can flatten him out on the deep cross throw here because the safety's playing deep and high. But also, too, just check out, probably can complete this flat to the tight end for a good completion, too. So Alabama getting people open for Jalen Milroe to play fast and play confident and make some big plays in the passing attack. So we have a 3-by-1 formation here. Or excuse me. It is a 3-by-1 formation. Tight end, slot over here. And again, we're getting a single safety middle look here by Wisconsin. And they line up. Let's just go right to the end zone cut. So they line up basically in a 3-4 look. All right, so we have 3 defensive linemen, 4 backers right here. And you're going to see just really good blocking by Alabama in their front. So they're all just going to block down. Everyone is blocking down right here on their nearest man. The toughest block really is just for this tight end. Is he going to be able to block this defensive end in a one-on-one situation? Because this tackle is going down. This guard will be working to the center and then hopefully working up back to this weak side backer, number 7. This backer right here, let's kind of highlight this guy right here. He's a little bit walked out in this situation. Typically, he'd be a little bit over here, but since he's walked out over here, we're expecting actually some sort of pressure over here from the slot. So they bring slot pressure off the edge. At the snap, though, we're going to see, again, just Alabama doing a great job of making everybody just turn and run and block in their space. So everyone really good step down with that left foot step. Everyone's going down. Great job, right? Cutting him off. They're going to work to this backer right here, sealing him off. Tight end is moving. This backer this outside backer here is trying to do his best to keep contained here. So it's A, B, C gap. He's trying his best to stay in that C gap defender, and that's exactly where that tight end wants him to go. He cuts him off, and then this is an easy handoff to Jam Miller, who does the rest and just outruns everybody to the end zone. So good blocking, got everybody running on the defensive line. And again, just Alabama did a really good job of getting people out of position and taking advantage of them. So 3-by-1 formation. Again, I thought this was a fun play. Tight end here in the boundary, 3 receivers up top. And, you saw just how aggressive the Wisconsin team was trying to stop the run in this next one on the last play. And now for this one, we're going to fake like we're almost running like an inside dive play, right? Or inside zone. So everyone, again, by the Alabama offensive line is going to try to block down, right? Tight end, again, has the tough assignment with being one-on-one with the defensive end here. We're going to fake the inside zone to Jam Miller. These backers are going to overcommit to defend that inside zone, and then Jam Miller is going to run right off the heels of the tight end, and he is actually going to be the lead blocker for this weak side safety here. And then Jalen Milroe, after he does his fake, is going to follow Jam Miller right into the end zone for a touchdown. So a good job of just getting an extra man again in the run game, blocking for your quarterback who runs like a running back. Good job again, sealing it off. I mean, look at this, like all white jersey sealing off the Wisconsin defense. You don't really see many red jerseys right there. Jam there leading up. Good job again, too, approaching this block right from the inside out and sealing this, giving a great lane for Jalen Milroe to run through. And then he just hits the speed burst and scores. So here from the end zone, similar thought again. Tough block right here. That's the tough assignment. These two will double right here, work into this backer, double, work into this side backer, and then we're just making sure that this defensive end doesn't somehow make a play, which in this case, he's got a tough assignment. So good jobs with the doubles, moving up to the backers. Everybody is sealed all the way across the board. And now Jam is going to be the lead blocker right here on this safety. And then Jalen Milroe follows right from there. Really good block by Jam. Good-looking football play for Alabama. And this is a good play design. Like this one a lot. Again, getting a lot of people active, different formations, a lot of movement, a lot of moving parts for the defense to defend. This is Kendrick Law right here on the bottom of your screen. Really good football player, speedster, kind of does a little of everything for this Alabama offense. We're going to get him in a speed sweep motion across, and we're going to fake outside zone speed sweep to him. But as you can see here, just from this look, it's a little weird, too, that Jam Miller is this wide, right, from the quarterback in this position. And whenever a running back is that much separated from the quarterback in the backfield, you know, for defenses, you got to have your ears up. You got to be a little bit more aware of what he's doing because he might be doing something in the passing game. And this is a cool look for them to do it. Two tight ends here to the field, and the tight ends, they're going to run a through route or inside seam by number 3. The number 2 man, right, on the wing here is going to run a seam route. And then Jam Miller here out of the backfield will be running the outside go here. And again, Kendrick Law will be your flat contain right here as your check down. So if it's single safety middle zone, which is right here, we are essentially just 2-on-1, right? 2-on-1 to that middle safety. Whatever he does. If he takes this one, right, we're going to that inside seam there. If he plays wide, we might get the through pass, right, to the tight end. If it's some sort of pressure or man coverage, that's where the potential throw to Jam Miller wide here, almost like on the rail route, comes into play. And then even 2 versus pressure, I'm sure Kendrick is also alert, too, to get the football quickly, especially versus a man look. Good timing with the snap count. Good fake. We got the guard pulling. Really good job, again, by the Alabama offensive line, just stoning everyone at the line of scrimmage. Like this, too, right here. Bernard, who caught the touchdown pass on that post corner before, he's getting involved. He actually tosses the defensive end to the ground in protection. And then you can already see here, right, just all that movement sideline to sideline. That 3 deep, 4 under coverage by Wisconsin getting lost, right, by the horizontal movement of Alabama, and they don't keep their eyes on this tight end. This safety bites, right, on this rail route, and here we have this tight end right here, who I believe is Josh Cuevas, actually a transfer from Washington, going wide open down the seam for a touchdown. So we got 3 deep, right? 3 deep, 4 under to this tight end, 2 tight end set. Here's Bernard doing a great job of getting involved and protecting and helping protect in the 6-man protection. Faking the speed sweep. Look at all the commitment too by Wisconsin, right? Trying to defend, right, horizontally here. And as they go too far across out of their zones. Look at all the open space now for Alabama to take advantage of. This safety is in a really tough position now, and no matter what he does, he is wrong in this situation. He goes to the through route right here, and that leaves the seam wide open to Josh Cuevas for the touchdown. So a few examples right there of just how difficult it is to defend Alabama with Jalen Milroe, Jam Miller, Ryan Williams, Bernard, Cuevas. This team's got it rolling right now.